Well, I did make it back to Chicago a couple days ago. It's Saturday morning right now, and I'm headed outside early here, about 6, take a little walk. So, welcome to the neighborhood, Wicker Park. Yeah, it's a lovely day here, although the start of it wasn't that pleasant. So this is what I woke up to this morning at about 4:35 a.m. Typical, and it is the Midwest. Poured down rain like crazy. I was a little worried because I wanted to go to Wicker Park Festival. That's a big event every year here. But as promised, let me show you what we call, it's not Main Street, it's Milwaukee Avenue. A very busy boulevard goes several miles through Chicago. It's fairly quiet this early. A few blocks down though, the festival will get fired up here in a couple hours. I'll take you to that. What you're hearing in the background is, the Blue Line, the CTA, Chicago Transit Authority. One of the best ways to get anywhere into the city. So let's head back this direction. I'll walk you around the block or two here, show you some of the architecture and places people live around this particular area. It's kind of fun to do. There's really an amazing mix of architecture and housing around here. Lots of new multi-million dollar townhouses, I guess you call them, mixed in with the 100 and 125-year-old buildings. The building I'm in is over 101 years old. Now right there's a good example of what I was talking about. There's a really modern looking building right there. Single residence, I notice. It's a little rare. A lot of times these 3-story jobs are duplexes or triplexes, but mixed right in with the older homes too. So you're in a big major city with 4 million people in it. The density of the population is obviously confined quite a bit, more so than like in a city like Boise that spreads all out. But that's really one of the parts that are most attractive about Chicago. The big mix of people, and of course there's a big mix of cultures, all in different types of communities. Polish community, Latino community, of course, German, Russian, many different kinds of cultures. So we made it back around to my building. In fact, here's the back side of it. Surprisingly clean this week. I don't see any rats or anything. Resident garbage bins. This is the restaurant's bins and oil dump, fried oil. This building actually was a dive bar for, almost 80, 90 years. But as usual, losing a lot of the dive bars. Big companies come in, buy the buildings and the businesses, spend a ton of money remodeling them, make them, I guess you'd say, more fitting for the 21st century. This is a real young city. Most of these businesses cater to exactly that, a young clientele. So we're at Wicker Park Festival.
It's true.
Annual event. It is absolutely fantastic. We just had the best sausage you'd ever have in your life.
Italian sausage.
Italian sausage with
Sweet peppers and onions.
Oh yeah, gotta have the sweet peppers and onions and
the hot giardiniera.
hot giardiniera. So Italian sausage is about as Chicago as it gets. With the rich Italian history and areas like Little Italy and Taylor Street, there's no shortage of Italian sausage here. It's great. This festival has been called one of the best by the Chicago Tribune. It sees 60,000 people in 2.5 days, covering about a 10-12 block area, but it's one of many festivals. Of course, St. Patty's Day is famous for the Green Chicago River. Starting in May over the Lake Michigan, twice a week they have the most fantastic gigantic fireworks display you're ever going to see. They have, of course, a music festival, one of the biggest ones there is the Lollapalooza. In fact, that's going on this weekend. So lots of great festivals for certain around the area. Sunday morning, Wicker Park Festival was a big success. That was a lot of fun. I'm headed to Indiana. Sound like a big trip? 19 miles away. I go to Indiana about once every other week. Hit some places over there just because everything's cheaper. Of course, if you know anything about Chicago, mostly Cook County, they tax everything, extra taxes on everything. Gas, Coca-Cola, Pepsi's, food, some food, alcohol. It's just nuts what they do here. So, quick early morning trip, beat the traffic, get what I need, get back. I'm actually headed into Hammond, Indiana, community of about 76,000 people. It's actually named in honor of George Hammond, who in 1869 actually established a large slaughterhouse. Interesting little community. It does have a Purdue University branch campus here, and it was one of the first cities to have a professional football team here known as the Hammond Professionals. So I'm headed back to Chicago now via the Dan Ryan Expressway. Again, Sunday morning, very little traffic. It's breakfast time. So you ever noticed when you're watching these YouTube videos, especially the ones like on the travel channels, a lot of them show, a lot of food things. So I thought, what the heck? Maybe it'll build subscribers and viewership. I'm going to go ahead and show you what I'm making for breakfast here today. We're building something. And that's an interesting point too. Consider this. Woodworking is a lot like cooking, and cooking is a lot like woodworking. They all require preparation, some kind of a plan, yeah. You need your tools, you need your materials / ingredients. It kind of fits with what we talk about a lot of, and that's woodworking and Shopsmith and what have you. So let's begin. I'll get my tools out. You're going to need some kind of a saucepan. Going to need a couple skillets. Most definitely that. The materials list / ingredients includes eggs. Need some butter of some kind. Canadian bacon. I am going to use some prepared hash brown patties. Got to have those. And my secret sauce, we'll get to that here in a little bit. So I'm just going to start out by taking my Canadian bacon here and trim off that little rind. Nobody likes to chew on that. So I got the hash brown patties cooking. It's all about the timing, isn't it? And that's where I'm not too good. Well, I almost forgot a real key ingredient. I need a English muffin, which I split. Got that over here, ready to go. Once those hash browns get cooking most of the way, it's time to poach some eggs. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot one of the most important tools, and that's the stove. Luckily, I'm able to cook with gas here. And that is a night and day different from cooking electric. So I got my eggs poaching. They look pretty good. What do you think? Don't want to overcook them. I usually overcook these things. My sauce. Well, I didn't show you how to make that. That's a 100-year-old family recipe. And if I were to give that recipe up, well, I'd be excommunicated for certain. Don't notice that container there. Of course, we need to add some spices here. A little black pepper. And garlic salt. There we go. And just for fun, something I always use, where'd it go? Hell yes. I gotta have my cayenne. Get in there. Oh yeah. I got my Canadian bacon browning up here now. These are done when I get some good color on them. I have a little ways to go, but they're getting there. Well, I think everything's ready. So, let's start building this stuff. Let me start with the Canadian bacon. We'll bring it over here. Let me get that position just right. What do you think? Start with 1 egg. Place that gently on top. The last egg, which looks like it didn't cook as evenly as the first one. That looks good. And, of course, the secret sauce. Don't look at that bag. And here we go. Eggs Benedict via Young. Eggs Benedict Young. Whatever. So without a doubt, woodworking and cooking are pretty similar. As long as you have all your plans in order, you got your tools ready to go, your materials taken care of, things go a lot simpler and easily, don't they? Bon appetit.